All right, how many of you guys can't meditate and need help with this? I'm here for you today. I'm a shadow worker, and in order to access the unconscious mind, which is the shadow, we have to meditate to the point where you're accessing your theta brainwaves, because that's when all the unconscious stuff spills through. This is how we see all the moments that are blocking you, things from your past lives, from early childhood, from traumatic relationships. It's all there waiting for you. All you have to do is meditate to get to it. So what if you can't meditate? I get asked this question constantly. So let's flip the script on what you think meditation is. Most of us have been led to believe that in order to meditate, you need to let your mind go quiet. But that's absolutely not the case. In fact, when we meditate, all the stuff that's coming up to the surface is coming there for a reason, even if it's your grocery list. From now on, when you let yourself get quiet and stuff comes up, allow it to come. Maybe even writing down the things that you hear, like the grocery list, or the embarrassment that you feel from raising your hand in the 4th grade for something that you weren't supposed to raise your hand for. I don't care what it is, write it down. All these things that are coming up are just a function of the ego, which is a part of the subconscious mind. And when this stuff is coming up to the surface, it's coming up because you need to pay attention to it. But you don't have to let it throw you. It's not stuff that you need to push out of the way and try to bury. That's kind of the opposite of what shadow work is all about. In fact, we want to unearth the shit that's coming up. So write it down, put it somewhere, give your brain a rest so that it's not constantly holding on to these things. And as you practice that and you allow this stuff to come through, over time, less stuff is going to come because there's less low-hanging fruit for your brain to tell you. If you were to close your eyes for 2 to 5 minutes a day and just let everything come through and write it all down, eventually you would be able to get to a point where your mind does kind of get a little bit quiet. And that's the sweet spot. That's where we want to be to access the unconscious mind, because once you can kind of allow that stuff to come and your brain doesn't feel like it's in a rush to tell you all the things, then you can let your mind allow you into the unconscious. Some other helpful tips about this is that you don't have to close your eyes to meditate. You can just allow yourself to sit still and just not be distracted. You can let yourself stare off into the distance or stare into a flame, stare at a mirror. That can be a little bit harder for people because it's intimidating to actually look yourself in the eyes, but that is a video for another day. Or you can even meditate while going for a walk by just allowing yourself to fully be present in your body, because that is what meditation is all about. Let me know what questions you guys have about this in the comments.